Hey, I'm a little early. Hey, Kayshawn. I did not promote this really, primarily because I want to test it out. I don't have my crew with me as I invested a lot in. Do you hear an echo, Kayshawn? You gonna help me today? Hey, Jayla. Y'all can hear me? I'm looking at the screen. I'm not gonna do that in a minute. Hey, Tanya. You know, I was gonna I was like, I'm gonna go promote this on all the others, but I'm not because I want to test this out before I add my crew. Everybody, let me know in the comments if you can hear me, if there's no echo and all that good stuff. So I got a lot I want to talk to y'all about. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to figure out how to see your comments without looking at that camera. Um, Baby, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on in the world. It's a lot going on in the world. Thank y'all, babies. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. I'm gonna at least wait till 12 and then we'll get popping. Louis is here. Hi, everybody. This is my new little setup down in my studio floor. I've taken over the third floor of our house. Poor Uncle Dave. But he'll be all right. This new format is going to be, an expansion of what I deem as news for my nieces and nephews. And I'm going to do it Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon. Even though some of my nieces and nephews said, TT, you should do it 8 o'clock at night. But I am very big on when Uncle Dave comes home, I'm all about him. And so that would interrupt me loving on my husband and eating dinner and, talking about his day and watching our favorite shows before going to sleep. So noon is going to be the time. Now I know y'all probably tired. Y'all done watched Dawn and all the people, but I have my own way of discussing things. And I feel that my nieces and nephews will come through as y'all are doing. Consider it. I really haven't promoted this and y'all coming on through. So I appreciate it. I want your open and honest, real opinions about what I'm going to discuss today. And every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, this is a safe zone. There's no judgment. Now, I'm your TT, so I'm going to look at your little side a little bit, but you are entitled to your opinions. What I'm going to work on is not forcing my opinions on you. But I'm going to tell you how I feel. Good morning. I will answer some questions. Let's see before we get going because I wanted to wait for 12. I miss you and Mariah together. Will you be doing any podcasts together in the future? I loved my collaboration with Mariah. Y'all just didn't watch it. And the two of us invested a good deal of money into that project, and it didn't work out. That's all. But she's doing her thing, and she's already killing the game with other projects. So yeah, I wish her the best. But I don't think we're gonna do that again. Thank you about my hair. Hey, darling. Good question though. Um Okay, I don't want to wait. I want to get started. So before I get to the nitty gritty, I want to talk to the DE. I want to talk about the DEI. I want to talk about Tabitha Brown. And I'll be honest, Auntie Tab and I met when I was in Hawaii 2 years ago. And we've been social media friends ever since then. And I'm going to be real honest about what I think about what she said and the predicament that she and other Black entrepreneurs are in. Yes, Marcel. I'm about to go through some stuff. So I will be getting to the DEI stuff in a minute. I had some other things prepared, and I just want to talk to you guys about those quickly, and then we're going to get into all those. So y'all saw, and I know this was last week, but I'm bringing y'all, what I think, what I deem is newsworthy. when Sexy Red reposted this meme of her and Dr. King. And then Bernice King was outraged, understandably, and said she didn't appreciate that. That's dishonoring and distasteful and deplorable to her family and her father, who is not here to respond for himself. What I was proud about was Sexy Red or her PR team or whoever immediately apologized. My thing is, I feel like the MAGAs put that AI post out there again. And Auntie's gonna be very conspiracy theory, very this is my opinion. I'm not stating this as fact. But doesn't it make sense that perhaps they created that AI image and ensured that it was reposted and got to her for her to repost that? Because what they're trying to do is sow and divide us right now with 47 and 47 and a half with this new administration. And what better way to do that on the date that we recognize Dr. King's contributions to the world and his birthday than to send this out? I feel like she was set up, or she was paid to put it out there. You know, that happens also. What do y'all think? I just feel like they coming for us left and right, and it's given very much pit the dark against the light, pit the young against the old, pit the house workers against the field workers. We're very much in that time. They don't change their playbook at all. So I'm concerned that a lot more of that is coming, and that we are going to have to be very mindful about what we are putting out in the atmosphere. Okay, Golden. Let me see. I love it when y'all. I do not agree. Cardi, what's her name? Sexy Red, or is that her real name? I don't know. Made a decision to put that out there. She was wrong. She apologized for it, so we can all move on. No, I agree. I said I was very proud that she immediately apologized, and there's no bastardizing her or anything like that. What I'm saying is we need to see beyond our two eyes, and that perhaps she was set up. That's all I'm saying. Auntie's good for a conspiracy. Know that. That is a very interesting take. I'm sure that they are very upset about our stepping back from engaging as much as we used to be on socials. Yeah, I was very upset about the TikTok ban and all that, and we're gonna get to that because I got to catch up with y'all. So speaking of that, have you heard about them talking about iPhones with TikTok still installed on them are going for thousands on eBay? Child, no, they ain't. And GameStop is now asking people for their iPhones with TikTok on it, but they about giving you like $50. So don't fall for the scams. The people talking about it's like 45,000 out. It's not. It's a scam. That stuff ain't real. I see that Meta, who barely pays creators, now all of a sudden they want to throw money at us to try to get us to stay. I will tell you this. TT is actively considering bowing out from Meta. Meta, Apple, Google. Sorry, Google. I know I'm on YouTube right now, but we're gonna see how this go and see how much y'all pop out. And Amazon are all in bed. They always are in bed with whatever administration, because the reality is they were all in bed with Biden. So they just going where the money is and where the power is and where the access is. Thank you for subscribing, Blossom. Thank you for Marquita. So yeah, I don't know. I gotta really pray on that. What did y'all think about Amanda Seales saying that she is leaving Meta? Another person that I'm social media friends with, I bet she invited me to one of her shows, and my nephew Aiden and I went. She's a lovely person, misunderstood, I think. Her thing is she's gonna put her money where her mouth is, and when you boycott, you fully boycott. And so we're gonna get to that in a minute when we talk about Auntie Tab and DEI. This is old. Y'all know that they did all this. Did y'all see this is last week, but did y'all see that Doug Mhof popped off at the senator's husband who refused to shake his wife's hand at the when she was being installed as a senator? And so immediately in the media, they put out that the man was walking with um he had to use a cane. It's funny how when they screw up, they test things out, right? And then they want to see our reaction. And everybody was appalled at how absolutely abhorrent his behavior was. And then instantly they're gonna come up with an excuse for boy. But then Doug doubled down at the T after that happened when bruh tried to walk up to him with ease, allegedly, and try to shake his hand. And he was like, "No, bruh." I'm paraphrasing, obviously. You couldn't shake my wife's hand. You ain't about to shake my damn hand. Period. Yeah. Thank y'all so much. Much of our media is side. Oh, yeah. Let me put your cosmic comment up because, baby, I agree with you 100%. Much of our media is psyop. So it's very plausible that that picture, along with the TikTok ban and so many other things, are distractions from really going on behind the scene. Yes. Seeing beyond your two eyes, letting spirit lead you, understanding that if we see it, they want us to see it. And they want us to see it in the way in which they depict it. Like they want us to draw the conclusions they want us to draw, and they want to sow and divide, because the reality is less than 7% of the world's population looks like Uncle Dave. I'm gonna say that again. Less than 7% of the world's population looks like Uncle Dave, like my husband, like a white person, people from the mountains of Caucasus. And so all of this stuff that's going on, like overturning Roe v. Wade and all that, is really aimed at white women because they mad because a lot of them have been unaliving children. Let's just keep it real, which is their right, was their right, and not getting married and not depending on white men or any man. And so they ain't created no more children. And they need their numbers to go up, because the problem is if you're less than 7% of the world's population, but you call us minorities, think about that word. We call ourselves minorities every day when really we're not. They are. They're the majority of the wealth, but by no means are they the majority of the population in the world. They're not. And the fear is when we, brown and black and Asian and Native, when we figure out that and we join together, they got a problem. So they're gonna continue to sow and divide, division. Did y'all see this white lady? Pamela Hill. She said, "You could keep your party, boo. Trump, you could keep your party, boo. You could keep your pardon. Keep your pardon, boo. Because I know what I did was against the law. Okay. I know what I did on January 6th was against the law. And so you could keep your pardon. I did it 10 toes down, my full chest. I don't agree with what happened, but I respect the broad that's like, nah, bro. I did that 10 toes down, and I'm good with the consequences. Notice it's only one woman. All the men, nah, baby. No, 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 no. All them white men, oh, they jumping up and down, talking about they about to go buy pew pews. They excited to get back at the people that prosecuted them. This woman was like, no, I planned, I knew with full intention that I broke the law and I need to serve my time. I feel like she ain't gonna get, I don't want to have no tea with this broad or nothing. But I respect somebody that's like, yo, I did it. I did it. Period. I did it. Oh yeah, she did admit that it was a cult, which it is. Which it is, darling. Which it is. Um Y'all saw that the police, the what is it? It's the Fraternity of Police and the International Association of Chief of Police. They have come out in a statement against 47, because I'm not gonna say his name. 47, he who shall not be named, Voldemort. They've come out against him because they're like, there were people who were unalive, police officers were injured. How can you be for blue and be pardoning criminals left and right? How that chick? Just because they white and just because they were doing it in your honor. Yeah. But ain't nobody want to talk about that. Nobody gonna put that. You ain't gonna see that on CNN, MSNBC, Fox. No, it ain't gonna talk about that. They gonna talk about that. Ain't gonna talk about that. They're not gonna talk about that. The blue is mad. The blue is F around and then finding out about their choice. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. This darn Mac. I done learned how to bought a Mac because everybody's like, oh, use a Mac. These mugs. I'm a PC girl. All right. So we're gonna get to the DEI stuff. Boosie. Boosie. Sit down. Sat all the way down. Boosie, this was last week, was like, Trump, check my case out, give me a pardon since you hand out all these pardons. And he came out in a video on his social media saying, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. But it's just like, bruh, really? We all gonna tap dance for this mug for a pardon? We're gonna all tap dance for this mug for a pardon. Much like Snoop and Nelly, which I'm just like, y'all obviously need a check. Clearly, I thought Snoop was good financially. He must not be, in my not so humble opinion, because you just said years ago he would never tap dance when Trump, I said that nigga name, 47, when he ran before and won, said he wouldn't be caught unalive at performing at the inauguration. But now you're doing all the steps. I think did Snoop get sued? Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, by Kellogg's for them Snoop Loops, that cereal. Didn't he get sued? Maybe the money ain't moneying because of that lawsuit with Kellogg's. Because when a big company like that sue you, whether they right or wrong, they gonna just keep you in court forever and drain your financial resources by literally. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. But still have some sort of, respect for yourself. Luli, I'm not getting up. Mommy is busy right now. All right. So years ago, when Roe v. Wade was overturned, I said, and I got all the smoke online of being a fearmonger when I said, y'all turn off them period tracking apps. I told y'all to turn them period tracking apps off. And some of y'all listen. Some of y'all didn't. If you haven't seen Handmaid's Tale, I would say to watch it because the lore behind that show, and now they're kind of trying to scare everybody. They are fear mongering in that they're like, oh, Ivanka was dressed like characters from that show and all. They know exactly what they're doing. But don't be fooled that because it seems like it's too on the nose, that's not their real intention. Like I said before, I believe, in my not so humble opinion, that the white folk in power want make white women stay there behind home, stay married, pop out children so they can increase in number. And so they can get back to the good old days where women had to ask their husband if they could get a bank account or buy a car or do anything. Right. Um Get rid of the ovulation apps. And the US government just bought this Locate X, which is this tracking app. The government owns it. And do you believe that that's not going to be used by the CIA and all the alphabet characters to know where we are, what we're doing? And it could also be used as a way to track people that they found in these apps whose period is late, who I'm just saying, try to get a lot of this stuff off the apps, because you know why they make these apps so free and cheap is because when it's the number one rule in marketing, when you're giving something for free, you are the product. I'm going to say that once more. In marketing, the number one rule is if somebody gives you something for free, you are the product. So it's like back when we were in college and you would go out in the quad and they'd have all these companies out there selling, wanting you to apply for these loans or a credit card, and they may give you a free iPad. That iPad ain't nothing compared to the money they're going to get from you filling out a financial application with all of your demographic information that they can then sell to countless other entities about you, let alone the credit card debt they know they're going to get you into because you ain't got no job because you're in college. People think that was it. Nah, it was the data. Data is the new oil, darling. So, pen and paper calendar. Hey, Mabel. How you doing? Miss you. Baby, I was so proud of my forever floaties for being like, cool, I ain't coming. I'm out. I'm not coming to President Jimmy Carter's funeral. Ain't nothing wrong with her not going to the funeral. She went going because not out of trying to be disrespectful to Jimmy Carter, President Carter, but because she wasn't about to play this game no more. She was like, I done gave y'all 8 years. I'm done. I'm out. I'm gonna stay in Hawaii where it's warm and lovely, where my husband is from, and lay on this beach. I'm coming. And then she didn't come to the inauguration of 47 and 47 and a half. And I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me look at some of y'all's comments. I'm homesick from school. I may have to get into that show today. Yeah, I think we all need to get in, get on into it, because the one thing about them is they don't change their playbook. Stuff stays the same. Like there's no new nothing. They do the same left and right. All right, so we're gonna talk about the main event. And I know y'all have seen Auntie Tab's video already. I'm not about to put all that up right now because I'm testing this out and I want to see how this goes. And then I'll bring my team on with me and they'll help me do all this stuff. Auntie did all this stuff by herself for this first time. But Target, Amazon, all these companies that are Meta, all these companies that are rolling back their DEI programs and initiatives. What do we do, y'all? And I want y'all to, 47 and a half, aka Chucky, as my good friend Indescribable calls him, because he looked just like Chucky. What we going to do? Have you seen Tabitha's video? I'm gonna look over here and see. Have y'all seen her video where she basically was saying, and I'm paraphrasing, that she gets it. She understands. She's not telling people what to do with their money, but that if people boycott Target and Amazon and Walmart and all these companies where she has her products that she's selling. And Auntie Tab, I use Donna's on my hair, and when I add some hair, um, oh yeah, y'all coming. I'm about to bring in some of y'all comments. Um, that you then ultimately hurt the women and black business owners who benefited from the program. And I already see y'all my nieces and nephews, because I already know y'all. I know what y'all gonna say, and I see it, and I agree with many of y'all. Y'all saying you saw both videos. I will say I liked the first video the most. I understand why Auntie Tab did the second video, and I shouldn't call her Auntie Tab because I'm older than Tab. I'm 47. She my niece. um, I understand why she had to do the second one, and I understand her position. But baby, it's difficult because you just stuck between a rock and a hard place, because in our ancestors, when they did the bus boycott, it was a total ban. Everybody was walking, you know. We didn't just get on the bus with the black bus driver if there was one. You know what I'm saying? We totally banned so they could really feel the economic impact. On the flip side, I get what she's saying. If we don't go and we don't purchase the black women and black people's or brown people's the folks products, then that'll give them the excuse to take them off the shelves. The reality is they barely put them on the shelves anyway. Because I in the past, when I used to go to Target, I had to ask them where type of the stuff at, and then I could see it online in the app that it was in the store. It wasn't out on the shelves. And a lot of people are on TikTok saying they've had this similar opinion. I mean, similar situation happened to them where they had to go in the back and get the stuff. So they barely already are promoting us anyway. But I get her point about it's gonna hurt the black business owners. And but that's what they want to do. They want to sow and divide. They want us angry with Tabitha. They want us angry with Judy. They want us angry at those of us who benefited from this program, the very small amount of us who benefit from this program, who look like us. They want to pit us against them. They want us to all of a sudden know contract law and think we know what we're talking about and just sell on your website and do all this. She can't get out of that. Judy can't get out of that. They can't. I feel for them. They are stuck in a really hard place. And then there of us, and I'm gonna bring y'all comments in 1 second. There are those of us who say, well, just target the black businesses. Just shop there, tunnel vision, and just get the black products. Maybe don't go in the store, just shop online and buy the black products. Okay. But is that a boycott? Those are saying that. I'ma still buy my Donna's products from her website. Um, for me, I have to go with a total ban of Target. But to be honest, Auntie didn't shop at Target that much, right? I don't. Um, and there are people saying, well, just go to Costco. She can't do that. You can't just get out of these contracts. They can't do that. They can't do that. And so I'm going to be quiet and I want to know what y'all think. Like, there is no easy answer. And I want to be in support of these black businesses, but I want Target to hurt. I want Walmart to hurt. I deleted the Amazon app a month ago. Amazon to hurt. Again, we ain't the minority. We're spending good money with these businesses. And the only color that people in America pay attention to is the color green. And I don't want the Black business owners to suffer, but I also don't want those companies that are acting like they can't even continue the little teeny 5% or whatever the amount of contracts they gave out to brown and Black people in their DEI initiatives. Is too much for them to bear, because this new administration with 47 and 47 and a half have given them the right to really puff their chest out and be who they really are. Let's see some of y'all's comments. Okay, we don't want this. Hold on, y'all. Auntie, remove this from the studio, child. We's done with that. I understand what Auntie Tab is saying. I truly get it. I checked out. I can buy Black in other ways. Support local Black owned. I shop the Hoodless. Yeah, the Hoodless is amazing. I ain't going into those stores. And like I said, I love Tab. I love Judy. I love all of them. Baby, it's just this a tough situation to be in. And I get also what she's saying. If you don't buy there, then that's an excuse for them to remove us from the shelves. And the distribution that they have is not something that we have access to really on our, like, in a major scale. And it is unfair to put this all on all these Black businesses that are in Walmart, Amazon, Target, Sam's Club, that put their heart and soul and busted their behind to get into these companies. Their argument should be with those companies. And I don't doubt that they're having those conversations. I'm sure they're having those very complicated, stern discussions. And know that in these type of contracts, there are clauses that say you can't disparage the company. So you're not going to see any of them come out. They can't do it. They can't. Economically, they cannot do it. They can't. Let's see. I'm more of the Dr. Claude Anderson school of thought, being group economics, but that will take a mind shift. Yeah, that we aren't all willing to accept. You're absolutely right. Let's see. I will get the products from our Peeps website. That's still supporting them, but I get Tab and their point that if you don't buy from these places, that gives them the excuse to take us out, which is what they want. They want to take us out of the stores because they're doing too well. Like anytime they roll back these things, it's because too many people that they didn't really intend to come up are coming up. Like I feel personally, the TikTok scam and problem, although TikTok really did not highlight a lot of Black and brown creators, a few of us pushed through and making good coin over there. And then when TikTok Shop came, baby, that changed the game. There are a lot of people who maybe only had 10,000 followers who were able to leave their jobs selling other people's products, getting those products for free, using them and giving their honest reviews. And Amazon couldn't have that. And I would tell you, TikTok's infrastructure in terms of shipping and all that stuff, chef's kiss. And that's why Bezos partnered with them, because now all of a sudden on TikTok, you can buy Amazon products through you can promote your products through there. It's always all about the money. Always about the money. And so again, the DEI stuff, I don't think was really meant for Black and brown people. It was for white women. Women, that's diversity, equity, and inclusion, right? It was meant for white women, right? And again, in my not so humble opinion, too many white women aren't getting married. Too many of them are choosing dogs as their children. Too many of them are not dependent on a white man, and they are not having babies, and their populations are dwindling. And that's a problem because with the census and voting patterns, it's, you need a con artist like 47 to get people who don't look like you, who are poor, middle class from other countries, to believe that you care about them and you are an alleged billionaire. And I will give 47 this. He's probably the best con artist of our time, honestly. Because how in the world would you think this man gives a rat's behind about you, poor white people, Latinos, Asians? I was at the nail salon. My lady is Vietnamese and black. She told me, I went the day of the inauguration because I wasn't watching it. And I just knew they wouldn't be watching it at this nail salon. Baby, they had it on 10 toes down. They were standing up, clapping. I was like, what upside down world am I in? She black and Vietnamese. And she said, oh, they love him. They love him. She said a large population of Asian people, specifically Vietnamese people, and again, this is what she told me. This ain't love him. They think he's gonna do things to help them. That mug is the best con artist ever. He don't care about them people. He don't care about nobody but himself, in my not so humble opinion. Let's see. I'm missing some of y'all's comments. Let Auntie go back up. This man has never cared about people who are melanated. You're absolutely right. What's going on with this thing? Hold on, y'all. Better Ponzi than Madoff. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. If they are, they're helping create more people of color. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. It's getting to the point where we have to ask, where the hell are we going to shop? Like Auntie Buffie said, it's taken away from the Auntie Tab and the other black people who work hard to get there. You're right. Because if we can't shop at Amazon, you can't eat at McDonald's, you can't go to Walmart, you can't go to Sam's, you can't go to Target. But there are other places. They still have e-commerce in their websites. But it sucks because they got us between a rock and a hard place. Because if we do a boycott and a total boycott, because you can't, boycott is a boycott, right? If you do a boycott, then we're going to hurt those that look like us, that we love and respect and understand that they went through a lot to get in the places that they are. And a partial boycott isn't a boycott, is it? I don't know. Can you just shop there and still buy your same products for the black and brown women owned businesses that are there, and that'll show them that we have money and we're only going to support them? I don't know if that really matters to them because they're looking for an excuse to get rid of these businesses. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it because they know darn well that it's such a small percentage of the products that they feature and sell and distribute. They're just looking for ways to get rid of you because make too much money. Just like too many black and brown and young folks making too much money on TikTok, a TikTok shop, and saying, no, I'm not going to go to college and get in debt and not be able to get a job. No, I'm not going to go work at the factory. No, I'm not going to pick up a trade and learn how to be a plumber and have a great career. No, I'm not doing all that. If I could just set up my iPhone at the house and some lighting and dance and show y'all some lotion I bought from Trader Joe's, which is keeping their DEI programs, by the way. And that's where I'll be shopping in Costco. Why would they go to work? And America doesn't work unless we have a working class population of people to do the work, to build the widgets. We don't have that because we don't make nothing, really. Really, honestly, they ain't making the widgets. We need you to sort the widgets coming from China and mail them out and go work in these companies and let them treat you like trash and not give you health insurance and not give a darn about you. We need that. That's what they mean when they say make America great again. Is y'all go back to believing the lie that the American dream is alive and well, and that there is actually a middle class and there's room for you to be able to have a good job, buy a home, go on vacation a couple times for a year, have a nice car that's not breaking down on you, put your kids in a good public school near you or in private school if you choose, and just live a life. They try to make people think that most people want to be driving a Maserati or a Bentley. No, that's not true. Most people just want to be able to pay their rent, pay their mortgage, make sure their kids going to a school where ain't nobody pew-pewing every other day. Go on a vacation or two a year, like, other people in the world, so you can get a break and rest. That's all people want. But the wealthiest, who are the minority, don't want that happening, because if you can go on TikTok shop and replace the money at these companies, then these companies can't operate. And that creates a big problem. It was never about national security. Child, please. Meta already filed a lawsuit against them for selling the DM data on Instagram and Facebook. Every other day we're hearing about some mess they're doing, because again, data is the new oil. They're all doing it. They just don't want this Singaporean man who was the former CEO of TikTok, and I don't think he is anymore because he moved that off of his page. Doesn't say CEO anymore on TikTok. Show. They don't want them having it. How do y'all feel about the US government owning 50% of this app, much like China owns the Red Note app? Do y'all know what Red Note is? Red Note, and I went on Red Note. Hold on, fake billionaire. You're right, baby daddy, child. You hit the fake billionaire. Again, con artist, best con artist of our time. Hold on. Yeah. What do y'all think about Red Note? Red Note is an app that is approved by the Chinese government. And so when the kerfuffle happened with TikTok, I kept seeing people saying go on a Red Note. Went on Red Note, and baby, I don't know if it's propaganda. I don't even know what it is, but the Chinese folks is popping off and talking about y'all think you free, but you're not. Y'all are the ones who have oligarchs and the government censoring what you can see. Because I posted yesterday, and it was censored, but y'all do know that all these countries all over the world, there are people, thousands of people protesting against Trump's administration. But we don't see it on CNN, MSNBC, Fox, none of the places, because they're all the same, allegedly. Right? We don't see it. I see it on Red Note. I see it on TikTok a little bit. You ain't gonna see it on no Meta. uh-uh. They're protesting for us. And I posted that, and the people were like, they're not protesting for you. Yes, they are protesting for us. They're protesting for those of us who understand, who are awake and understand that there's some problems, boo. And they've always been here. But some of us are just waking up, is all. The fact that in China, you get a fully furnished apartment for like $500 a month in a safe and secure neighborhood. And all you gotta do is put 3 months down for your security deposit. First and last, child. Oh, and there's no credit rating. There's no credit score. But that's the case in none of these other countries do no credit. That's some American crap to malign melanated people. Period. It is. Because how you gonna blame somebody for something they did wrong 7 years ago, 5 years ago? It's insane. If I got the money to pay for this stuff, then I should be able to get it. Period. They also don't charge property taxes on properties that you own. You pay it once every 70 years and it's a nominal amount. There's no eminent domain where you can come take the property. But we're home of the free, home of the brave, home of the free, home of the brave. Yeah, they have a social good score. Yep, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But it ain't no credit score. You've seen some people talking about the protests? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Meanwhile, here you'll pay 1,700 for a one bedroom in a gated community here, and your car will get broken into. Jasmine, baby, I know lots of my nieces and nephews DM me, and it's a problem. I and I the answer is we're gonna have to have some sort of revolution because there are more of us than of them, and America doesn't work without us. America doesn't work without us. Oh, they're trying to make it difficult now to get passports, Makisha. The passport office for the past 2 years has been backed up. And I have a friend who works in that area of government. And I would just say if you don't have it, you better go on and get in. Better go on and get in. Of course, I will tell you, a lot of countries are going to stop allowing us to come without a visa. One, because they're sick of these cruises where people are coming with flip-flops on, walking around in several hundred-year-old buildings and cathedrals with no respect. And they think we're crass and rude Americans. But two, they don't like our administration and they don't want no maggots coming, in my not so humble opinion. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How much I want to know how much do y'all pay for rent? Those of y'all that my nieces and nephews that are renting, how much are you paying for rent? And where do you live in the country? Because I know here in Atlanta, it's high. It's like probably $2,500 a month in the area in which I live. I live in Buckhead, which ain't what it used to be. Meanwhile, they charging me $30,000 a year in property taxes on my damn house. Um, but yeah, like I know some of my nieces and nephews have told me they're paying about $2,500 a month for like a one bedroom. I don't know how people. Oh, this was on my list to talk about, so I'm glad you just said it. Tabitha speaks just post about making sure we carry our paper. So yes, I saw several news bulletins on this app that I love, Ground News, about ICE officials uh acidified papers. Don't that sound familiar? Got to tote your papers. And by papers, driver's license ain't gonna be good enough. Mm-mm. They want birth certificates. They want all the things. They want us to be walking around with our whole we got to prove who we are. And I think a lot of people think it's just for the Latinx population. No, they coming from Nigerians. They coming from maybe they come for everybody. Mm-mm. People from Ghana. They whoever don't look like them. Mhm. Uh, I ain't carrying my passport around. I mean my birth certificate around. I don't even my mama got that still. I'm 47 years old. My mama got I don't have my birth certificate. Do y'all have birth certificates? Mine gotta be under my mama bed some darn well. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Oh, good. Thank y'all for giving me the rinse. I'm gonna talk about it in a second. I'll come back to that. I'm not toting my no, I'm not. I also heard they trying to go in schools. And so on this app I was telling you about, let's see, they say ICE um raids have started in Atlanta. Um, hold on. Police warn about immigration ICE scam in Metro Atlanta as raids continue. Hold on, this is new. Yeah, I could see some people who ain't got no life dressing up like they are actually working for the government, going around people that are affiliated with this party, people that were wearing masks at that rally in DC a few days ago. They were okay with wearing masks then, but they were anti-mask when Fauci said to wear the mask because of science, right? Yeah. So, um, there gonna be lots of scams. See, Auntie Lucky, she worked from home. I'm a homebody. I don't be leaving. I don't leave the compound. Y'all know that. I keep the gates closed. I don't leave the compound. People like they never see me out in the streets. You don't. You don't. But I know that everybody don't have that luxury. So what are y'all gonna do to prepare? What are y'all gonna do to prepare? Let me see what else is coming out right now. Oh, going back to the China thing, they were like, they don't have no homeless people like we do. They don't have no homeless people. All right. I was looking at local. Let's look at ICE arrests 956 people Sunday as the nationwide raids continue. That's crazy. That's crazy. Raids have taken place in major cities such as Boston, Denver, New York City, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Seattle, Miami, Washington State, DC, because there was a comma. So it's talking about Washington State, and Newark, New Jersey. No, Washington, D.C. 956 people on Sunday. Daily ICE arrests under Trump already surpassing Biden era numbers. I know we had said black women, we were going to take a pause and we're not going to be worried about stuff. But this stuff is going to affect us too. So we may have to come out of retirement. I ain't trying to save everybody. Oh, and that reminds me. This is what I want to talk to y'all about. Have y'all seen the video of the Latina women who was like, black people, Mexico saved y'all during enslaved. She didn't say enslaved. She said during slavery, but I'm saying enslaved because you cannot be born a slave. Someone can try to enslave you, but you are not. Nobody was ever born a slave. Said that when enslaved people fled fled to Mexico, that when the US government said to return them, Mexico said, we don't have anybody here. Great. Fantastic. It's fantastic. Great. What I got to do, what's going on right now? Because I'm part of the 92% who voted for the Harris administration. So some of this stuff wouldn't be going on right now. But there were a lot of Latinos who voted for Trump, 47 and 47 and a half. Why? Okay. Why? And why is it now our problem to fix? Because we voted accordingly. We didn't just vote for us. ever noticed that? It's always incumbent upon Black people, Black women, the most oppressed of everyone, to fix every damn thing. Everybody always turn to us. Y'all need to fix it. I don't care. Y'all need to fix it. I don't care. Y'all need to fix it. All right, I'm about to address your comment, Makisha. You better get out of the fear of owning a pew pew. Auntie has one. Y'all know that. I call her Glockina. Glockina. Uh-huh. Got a rifle. Uncle Dave got his. I had to get him to get, he didn't believe in that. He is a diehard liberal. But I was like, what's not gonna happen is if some stuff pop off, we not prepared. I'm gonna leave my house. When I do leave, I have Glockina with me. I do. TT stay strapped. And I go to the range with my friend Brian, who's an attorney. I grew up with him. He's my high school bestie. And my nephews. Uh-huh. Yeah, very much so. 99, very much so. Oh, yes, this is funny about Colombia. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Colombia made 47 turn a plane around with the I'm gonna say illegals because people aren't illegal, but undocumented, and told him they didn't give permission to send them back. A lot of the Latin countries are pushing back and saying Mexico did the same thing. But what's funny about Colombia is they said, okay, bet you want to raise tariffs on us, then we're gonna raise tariffs on stuff we send to y'all 50%. Period. Everybody is stepping up to the challenge, but us. But us. Hey, my 92 percenters. We are always last on the list. Absolutely. Absolutely. I got a new pew pew too. I'm about to get another one. I know that's right. And the main thing we need is Mhof. Y'all know Auntie a prepper. I've been prepping. I done told you I got a greenhouse. I grow food. You can live off potatoes, right? Like NASA has said this for a good period of time, right? Y'all know that, right? And you can get root bags, cost $2 from Costco because they keep their DEI initiatives from Costco or Trader Joe's and grow food on your balcony, at your apartment, or at your home. Why are we not doing that more? Auntie got lime trees because you can get salt from lime. She's got orange trees. The orange trees were hard to grow. She's got lemon trees. I grow collard greens. I grow snap peas. Y'all see my videos. Y'all people aren't really into my gardening stuff, so I stopped posting it. But yeah, I've been doing it for some time. And I'm stocked up with all the basically MREs and stuff if something pop off. We have rain collection water systems, and it's legal for me to do that because I have a greenhouse. But I got that water for other reasons too. hmm What you mean Columbia caved? What happened? Especially here in Georgia, where concealed carry requirements are where they are. Right, you can do whatever you want in Georgia. It's the Wild Wild West, honey. Please. But I got all that before that happened. Um, I'm not being a I'm not being an alarmist. I just don't want y'all to not be prepared. And honestly, I really don't worry about us because we always stay ready because everything is designed to be against us. So I think a lot of this shock and awe that is really paralyzing palm colored people is because they've never been affected in this way. But everything is written to do this to us. So to us, it's another Monday. It's another Monday, quite honestly. It is. It's another Monday. And so I think a lot of the outrage, like the Latina woman that was like, Black people need to be humble, and you never know if you need us because y'all were there. We were there for y'all, and y'all may need the Mexicans. She said Mexicans. She said last. I'm just repeating what she said in her video. that went viral is just funny to me because we were there for you when we voted. Again, I'm in the 92%. We didn't just vote for ourselves. We voted for women. We voted for who they call minorities. And other people voted for their pockets. Because there are going to be a lot of people that make a lot of money under 47 and 47 and a half's administration. There's going to be a lot of scam going with the IRS. You saw that he has put a hiring freeze on people at the IRS. That's going to cause a lot of trouble. I know because I did taxes for 20 years. And usually, because tax season is just starting now, usually the IRS gears up and staffs up and they get more skilled people, seasoned people who know what they're doing, who understand complex tax returns and all that, blah, 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 right? Nope. Put a hiring freeze and didn't say how long. Like they said 90 days for other government organizations. He didn't put a time frame on the hiring freeze for the IRS, which is crazy because tax season constitutionally has to end on April 15th every year, unless there's some holiday and then it's 2 more days later or whatever. But essentially, the Constitution says you got January, February, March to April 15th to get your taxes filed if you don't file a tax extension. So for me, seeing beyond these two eyes, I feel like it's a way to hold up them earned income credit tax returns. Y'all heard me. I feel like it's a way to hold up them tax returns. Hey, Really BTV. I feel like it's a way to keep them tax returns in the bank. IRS already said refunds won't be released until March. How many people count on filing on the first day of the season? Because legally, we got to get them W-2s out and 1099s out by the end of this month, right? So when I was still in practice, and bear in mind, TT has been retired now 6 years. Hallelujah. Praise God. I am thankful that I was able to retire and continue the generational wealth in my family by giving my sister and my nephew my tax practice. How many people overspend in December for the Christmas holiday, knowing that in January, as soon as I get my W-2, I'm a file and I'm gonna get about $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 refund. And now they're saying they're not gonna release those funds till March. If they're saying they're not gonna release those funds till March, and 47's administration has put a hold on hiring help for the IRS for tax season, their busiest time of year, in my not so humble opinion, ain't nobody getting no damn money for a long time. Right? And what's funny is a lot of those populations of people, the ones who are actually the minority, who voted against their best interest and voted for a white fake billionaire, allegedly, palm colored people that look like Uncle Dave, but the ones that ain't got no money, they're the ones that's gonna get hurt the most by this because they be the first ones in the tax office, baby. I know it wasn't just us. I had a very diverse client population because locations of my offices. They be the first ones up in there with their W-2s, honey. First ones with their 3, 4 kids. Don't think that's some stuff for just black people. It ain't. Just like EBT fraud ain't just black folk, honey. It's not. Don't believe what they show you. Okay, I could tell you better than I could show you. I know. They're going to be pissed because they count on that money too. Because why, other than racism, would you vote for somebody who is an alleged billionaire, just who has been convicted, who is a felon, who was convicted of raping a woman, probably countless others allegedly? Why else would you vote for this fool other than racism against a totally overqualified candidate? Whether you liked her or not, she was qualified for the job. She is qualified for the job. And now you're going to F around and find out. And this is the T. He doesn't care because y'all ain't got no money. So to him, you're just like us. And Auntie's going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to do great under his administration financially. I am. I voted against my best interests. I voted for the Democrat because I believe in helping others in social services and, yes, in the betterment of everyone, not just my bottom line. But I will tell you, quiet as it's kept, my tax is going to be lovely. Because guess what, baby? If they're not hiring a whole bunch of people to work at the IRS, the games are about to begin with complex tax filings. These Republicans and corrupt business owners are about to have a field day with their tax returns. They ain't paying nothing. And guess what? Ain't going to be nobody there to work to prosecute them. Now, they're going to hire enough people in the criminal division of the Internal Revenue Service to prosecute y'all to throw a Schedule C on the tax return, and you ain't had but one W-2 for the year that made $5,000, and then you're going to put you braid hair or babysit or whatever the lie is on the Schedule C so you can get some earned income credit. They're going to enforce that. They're going to come after y'all because you can't afford attorneys or people like me when I used to work and represent clients who were being audited. They can't afford folks like that to defend them. So they're going to come after y'all. And really, they ain't got to send nobody out. They're just going to send a CP 2000 notice. They're going to send a CP notice out, and they're going to get you in the mail. They're going to get you in the mail. They're going to get you in the mail. I'm just going to leave that right there. I'm just gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna just leave that right there. I'm gonna leave that right there. I don't know, baby. Under these new terms, maybe. His mama wasn't born here. Did she get her citizenship through marriage? They probably won't come for that. They probably won't come for that because that affects them. They probably won't come for that. Hey, Sean. Oh my gosh, Sean was so smart. This is my bestie, my big brother. He was so smart. He moved to Costa Rica a couple years ago. He was like, deuces, I'm out. He living on a beautiful, I'm telling all your business. He got a big old estate on a mountaintop. I got FaceTime this mug and he's like, oh, I'm drinking coffee and looking at his land. And I didn't listen. And now I'm stuck here in this crazy country. And now I'm stuck here in this crazy country. Yes, F around and find out season is just beginning. It's just beginning. It's just beginning. Thank you, Buffie. I've always known we really aren't the top of every statistic. That's just what some of us are told to believe. Yep. And they put it out in the media. They put it out in the movies we see. They put it out in the social media campaigns. And so when you see all that stuff all the time, you kind of low-key start to believe it. And the problem with formats like TikTok and Red Note, and to a certain degree, Instagram until, well, No, never Instagram. TikTok and Red Note and YouTube is too much is coming out. Like the truth. Too many people waking up. A lot of people have never left the United States, right? And so they don't know what the real world looks like. If all you know is what our government feeds you, you're brainwashed in a certain degree. We low key like North Korea because they control what we see. They do. They control what we see. And you see, people are waking up and they're realizing CNN ain't no, I mean, MSNBC ain't what we thought. Look, Don left, right? Don on YouTube, killing the game, cussing people out. I love it. Being his real self because he's free. He's free now. He's free now. And I'm here for it. And a lot of people are leaving media. Like CNN is firing hundreds of people this week, I read. Because ain't nobody watching because we don't believe that reality show anymore. We don't. Ted Turner, who owns, I believe, the most of the farmland in America. Why do you think that is? He just likes real estate? Oh, it's for the water rights because that's going to be the next drama. Y'all know them fires still going on, right? They don't stop talking about it. They're still going on. What happened to the aliens, y'all? What happened to the drones? Where they at? Anybody heard about the drones? 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 They're gone. That was to distract us from whatever was going on at that time. I guess the TikTok, whatever. I don't know. We ain't gonna know. That was to distract us because ain't nobody talking about the drones. So they gone. The drones gone. I don't know. Where they at? Where the drones at? Where the drones at? Right, Jasmine. Right. Everybody waking up. Everybody was thinking Kalis was crazy. Baby, she is living her best life on the continent of Africa. Is she not? Buying land, farming. I think she's in Ghana. I think. Mhm. Looking amazing, I might add. Hmm. And she has her farm here. Yeah, my goal is Uncle Dave and I, their goal is in 5 years for us to sell our practices, sell this house in Buckhead, and go live on our farmland and build a modest structure. It's gonna be a little ranch house. Ain't gonna have no more 10,000 square foot mansion. I'm done with that. I'm gonna scale way down because she's 47. I don't need no stairs to climb up as I age. Uncle Dave, 8 years older than me. And I'm gonna get me a whole bunch of animals, which I always wanted anyway. Get some goats, some horses, some chickens. I grew up taking care of chickens on my grandma's farm. I already had a green thumb. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Dave is MacGyver. So that's the dream. Get off the grid, put some solar panels up and keep it popping and probably put my bunker and probably put my bunker. Um Somebody asked where the drones in Costa Rica. They done gone over there. So is there an election or something coming up in Costa Rica right now, Sean? Because that's usually what the mess is. My daughter wants to move to Mexico. She's been talking about it for 2 years. A family compound is my dream. If family can get along. I've been wanting that for my family too, but child, we be adding up and they'll be getting along. Yes, the mind control is too much for people to deal with. They're upset to see people are breaking free. Yep, absolutely. 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 Has a green thumb, also FYI. Are you talking about ballot box? Is that a ballot box? Are you talking about the election they're trying to take with that Democrat? Where they're trying to say that 10,000 of the votes aren't right because they didn't give proper identification. I heard that story on NPR this morning. Oh, she's in Kenya. Okay. Yeah. Back to people not traveling the world. When you don't see outside of this world, then you don't understand that things aren't as bad as they are here. And so we believe what we are fed in our movies and in our on media, what they do allow us to see. Like how many of y'all like I used to think when I was in college that if because I grew up in Germany. So I was a military brat. So we lived in Germany for 10 years of my childhood. We came back to the States when I was in the eighth grade and ninth grade, eighth or ninth grade. No, eighth grade. And so on the weekends, my mom would be like, let's get lost. And we get in the car and you could drive to a whole other country. You know what I mean? And so I grew up, my sister and I, we grew up seeing how other people live all over the world. And so when we came back every summer, because my mom wanted us to know our cousins and be with our family. And I always notice the contrast of how things happen here versus there. I never knew of money problems when we lived like in Germany. My sister and I were never overweight. We ate like we ate when we moved back to the States. But when we moved back to the States, we blew up. We got big, both of us, because the food is messed up here. They put stuff in it to make you fat, right? I mean, the 47 and 47 and a half administration is now silencing the FDA. This is a fact. They're not putting out alerts anymore. They're silencing the World Health Organization. They don't want us to know that you shouldn't be eating or feeding your kids certain products because they got red dye in them. Like, I know you supposed to, I ain't child, they'll come after me, but I don't care. Gatorade ain't good for you. There are lots, allegedly. There are lots of products that we should not, that they would not allow in these other countries. And because my sister and I didn't grow up eating this stuff, we were thin kids. But the minute we moved back to the States, and quite honestly, we would gain a little weight during the summer, but not much because we were staying with my grandmother. And so we were eating food off her farm. But when we came to stay with our aunt and uncle in Atlanta, and we were eating at the fast food joints that we dreamed about, Auntie Lips chap. Yeah, we gained a little bit of weight. Oh, yes. I've seen the documentary. They're trying to unalive us. Yeah. I also, oh, wait, here's something good. Hold on. It talks about what is this? This is a movie you're talking about. No, it's a book. One of the most eye-opening books I read in the last few years is Confessions of an Economic Hitman. It talks about all the propaganda Americans are told about the foreign policies and how the US government be acting up in these other countries. Oh yeah, honey. Yes, we're not revered around the world. And people are trying like it's just 47. It ain't. People be looking at a side eye forever. Side eye forever. Have you seen the document They're Trying to Kill Us? It's on YouTube. Yes. I recommend it highly. I stopped all the males in my family from drinking Gatorade. I just found out about the Gatorade thing. And my nephews, they used to, when they would come stay with me for the weekend, they'd be like, oh yeah, get us the orange Gatorade. That's the worst one. I feel bad that I was like giving those babies that all those years. But we don't read, we don't check the ingredients. We don't. They put it in there in plain sight. And so then they feel like they're not culpable. They didn't do anything wrong because they told us. They told us that it's poisonous. They told us these things aren't good for us. And yet we still consume them because they taste good and they're inexpensive. Lula, you're not going out. You're fine. Where are you going? Oh, child, I've been out here over an hour. I love y'all. I promise the next time that I do a stream, I will have my team with me. But I think I did great with some of my presentation. I'll have videos and all that good stuff that I want to talk about with you all. I appreciate each and every one of you because I didn't really promote this for coming and hanging out with me. Some of y'all at work, I done went over your lunch hour time. I'm sorry. I'm just kicking in and talking, honey. Kicking in and talking. But yeah, I had fun. And I think this has shown me that I can do this 3 days a week. And I may do it for a little longer than an hour. We'll see. Because this wasn't like work. This was like just talking to my nieces and nephews. And I appreciate all of your insight. So if you like this and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Auntie Buffie. Please share the broadcast. Please like, comment, do all the things the algorithm likes so that we can have real, frank, and honest discussions about what's going on and what it is that your auntie deems as news. All right. I love y'all. I ain't got no intro and outro and all that stuff ready yet. Love you. I'll be back Wednesday at noon Eastern time. And I will set it up again as a notification. So please click notifications so you don't miss when I go live. And if something really pops off that I want to talk about in the moment, I will go live as well. All right. Thank you so much. Spread the word, and I appreciate it. And somebody says I need to do more videos about plants and food. I will. Thank you. If you haven't tapped the heart, please do. Oh, thank you. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. I really do. I really do. I really, and Louis is now asking for me to take him out. But yeah, spread the word, y'all. Thank you for becoming a new member, Jayla. I appreciate you, and I appreciated your insights. Thank you, Katie. All right, y'all.